Hello everyone and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. All of a sudden, the mainstream media is chock full of stories about religion and the upcoming elections. 3 major religious issues are now being talked about with regard to the elections, as much as the economy and unemployment, and double-dip recession, as much as those topics are. The religious topics are gay marriage, thanks to the gay judge who overturned the will of the voters in California, the Ground Zero Mosque, and the intense religious feelings being stoked by that controversy, and the question about Obama's religion. A recent poll indicates that as many as a quarter of Americans believe he's Muslim, despite him claiming to be Christian. And about a third of voters simply don't believe his claim to be Christian. The White House is finding it to be an increasingly difficult and thorny issue to divorce itself from. Obama hasn't helped his cause at all. He's not really strongly associated himself with Christianity, not that he is required to, but he has certainly appeared to be very welcoming to Islam while keeping it low-key with Christianity. This may be part of the issue why so many Americans either believe him to be Muslim or at the very least not Christian, which is why his responses in an interview he gave to the Chicago Sun-Times way back in 2004 when he was running for the U.S. Senate are so interesting. Now, we've included a link to the full interview transcript right over here. We suggest you read the whole interview for yourself. It'll only take you a couple minutes. It's pretty telling. The interview was conducted precisely to be an exploration of Obama's faith. In the end, you're left with the sense that he has simply made up a faith, borrowing some externals and vocabulary from Christianity, as well as from Islam, Judaism, and most especially the New Age. For example, when asked point blank, "Who's Jesus to you?" he does not give what the standard Christian response would be, which is God. Rather, he mushes around the question by non-answering with, "Jesus is a historical figure for me, and he's also a bridge between God and man." He also manages to toss in the old familiar, "He's a wonderful teacher." When asked about hell, he gives the quintessential modern answer that he doesn't believe that God would consign 4/5 of the world to hell, an answer which shows a glaring lack of understanding about both God and hell, not to mention man. When asked what sin is, he answers, "being out of alignment with his values." Noticeably missing from that stunning response is that sin is actually being out of alignment with God's values, not ours. In short, Obama's answers are as breathtaking in their shallowness as they are revealing that here is a man who knows next to nothing about the Christian faith he claims to adhere to. But there's a cautionary note in all of this. Obama is able to present himself successfully as a Christian because so many other Christians are willing to accept the facile notion that Christianity is just one path to God, not particularly special, just a good path like lots of others. This is the logical fallout of centuries and centuries of watered-down Christianity being delivered by tens of thousands of different denominations, all claiming to be the voice of Christianity. After so many people claiming to follow Christ and arriving at so many different conclusions, can anyone really be surprised that a nation would be so confused and have so many different opinions about the religion of its president? Obama is able to tell a country he is Christian, and perhaps even believe that himself, simply because there are so many definitions in the popular culture of what it means to be Christian, that practically anyone can call themselves Christian and get away with it. Some so-called Christians, for example, say killing children is perfectly acceptable. Others say multiple divorces and remarriages are fine. Others say contraception is morally permissible. Still others say open homosexuality is a gift from God. And of course, others who claim to be Christian hold the exact opposite of those views, while still others claim the mantle of Christian and deny that Jesus is divine. Without an objective standard about what a Christian truly is, how do we know? Whatever Obama is, he is certainly emblematic of what happens when a society forsakes the truth of Christ. In addition to being in its legal and political framework, it becomes confused and its intellect falls prey to darkness. For the record, an authentic, fully committed Christian is the person who belongs to the church, notice the singular, which was founded by Jesus Christ on his apostles and continues unbroken for the past 2,000 years and accepts that church's teaching in their fullness. I'm Michael Voris.
Please help us keep delivering these kinds of messages that so desperately need to be heard and acted on. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber. Become immersed in the faith established by Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church is the only hope against evil because that is its God-given mission. As our Lord said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber and come to learn and love Christ more deeply.